Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Welcome to another Starfinder 2nd edition related video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Starfinder combat pad. Now before I get into this video, I do want to state for the record that this was sent to me by Paizo for the purposes of doing a review video on, so I do appreciate them sending this my way. However, as is always the case with these types of, anything that gets sent to me, it's always the same thing. They're not scripting or pre-screening the video, and the opinions that I express are 100% completely and totally my own. I think one of the earliest videos I actually did for the Starfinder series, with Starfinder 1st Edition, was a review of the original combat pad. So it's kind of interesting to have kind of this full circle moment, I guess, where now I'm looking at the next version of it. Before I do get into this, though, I am in the middle of recording several videos as we're getting ready to go on vacation. So I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. So I'm gonna take a drink here from something I picked up yesterday. I guess it's a new, maybe limited time drink, but this is the Dr. Pepper Strawberries and Cream drink. And we're just going to take a big old drink of it right now. I haven't actually tasted it yet, so we'll see. Oh yeah, that's good. That is some good stuff. I don't know if it's available outside of Canada. But yeah, Dr. Pepper Strawberries and Cream. I definitely recommend it. Alright, now the question is, do I recommend the gamepad or the combat pad? Well, we'll see. The answer is yes, but with a definite caveat. But let's take a look here on the back. This does retail for $24.99 US, and what you get for that amount is you do get the magnetic, the double-sided combat pad. Okay. Then it has 34 enemy magnets. It has 18 player character magnets, 14 non-player character magnets, 4 hazard magnets, 8 arrows in different colors for tracking turns and durations, and 4 condition magnets in different colors as well. So let's take a look here. Now this would have had like a hang tab on it, but the one that they sent me, the hang tab fell off in shipping, so it's kind of leaving a sticky residue at the back there. But that's okay. I can store this somewhere where it's not going to be pressed up against any other books. Alright, so the sleeve is off, and that is a resealable sleeve, so that's really cool. Speaking of sleeves, that's what this here is. And it's just like blank inside. And let's take a look here. Okay, so it is double-sided, but it's just the same thing. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. No, never mind. Dang, okay. I was hoping for a second there, but yeah, it's the same thing on both sides, but that's fine. And then we've got our monster magnets. So monsters 1 through 17. We've got NPCs 1 through 7. A couple of hazards. We've got 9 player character ones there. We got our condition markers, and we got our arrow. And then we just have actually a really thick cardstock sheet there just to keep everything nice and rigid inside. And then on the other page here, we've got the same layout and configuration of things, but they are blank. So they don't specify whether it has to be an NPC, monster, or player character. So, yeah, so you got like all kinds of different things there to keep track of. And nope, I got a little bit of a smudgy on. I came a little smudged. That's okay. Not the worst thing in the world. There's just a little smudge on that. But yeah, let's go ahead, and I do have some dry erase markers here. So let's go with. I don't know, let's just go with, I'll go with my Starfinder characters here. Oh, and didn't mean to bump the camera there. It's just I'm a lefty. And that might play in a little bit to sort of what's going on here. And then we'll have, and yes, I do have terrible handwriting. I understand that. But what's kind of neat here, again, so we got our 4 player characters, so we can just kind of pop these out. Now, once you pop these out, they're not going back in. But you can put these guys in initiative order, which is actually kind of neat. So let's just say we'll put our friend Tyrell there. And these are the names of the player characters in my current Starfinder game. So we will go through, and like I said, we'll just I know this is the riveting part of the video where I slowly peel magnetic strips off, but I do want to show this in action. And it'll probably demonstrate the issue that I kind of have, which is not going to be an issue that everybody's going to have. It's just an issue that I have when it comes to these things, because I actually really like this product. So we've got that there. You can use the arrows here. So let's just say that we've got the round marker there. And again, like they stay on pretty well. I'm not going to like shake it violently because that's not a realistic scenario, but you got the round indicator there. And yeah, so we go through and you know, like I can put down some notes. So, and again, I got to tilt this. I just got to orient it towards me. I am sorry, and I hit the camera again. But yeah, so you can kind of see again the situation that I have as a lefty is the fact that like I was part of the generation where we weren't shamed for being left-handed, but there was no special help for helping left-handed people learn how to write properly. So we were just told to follow everything that the teachers did, and part of what the teachers did for right-handed is they would hold, you know, the pencil or whatever that was kind of at this orientation. So for me as a lefty, to get it to go that way, I used to have to curl. This is how I used to write for years. I would curl my hand around, and it was brutal. Like it's awful. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable writing this way, but that also does create some problems here. But let's just say that the hitmen have, so that could be like their hit points, right? And then one of them maybe gets hit. With something, so Hitman 1 or Hitman 4 might get the condition, might get the dazed condition. So I can kind of put that in there. Let's just say that we're in, actually I'll probably use the darker one for round 3. And let's just say that he is dazed 1. We can just write dazed there. So you can kind of use this to keep track of everything. So that's kind of neat. And this would be the round indicator. So as that goes up, you know, enemies might take damage. Right, as sort of time goes on. But that may be one of the player characters. So one of the things that happens in Starfinder 2nd Edition and Pathfinder 2nd Edition is that when somebody is knocked unconscious, their initiative actually changes to just before the person that took them down. So let's just say that, you know, our Ren character here gets knocked into unconsciousness. So you can just sort of shift all of these down, because then Ren won't have his turn until all the other characters have gone, sort of thing. So you can definitely do that. And this is a really handy thing, again, so he's down and unconscious. So, you know, he might be, we'll put him at, say, dying 2. and then you can sort of keep track of where he is. So if he makes his death save, you can erase that, and then just fill in the dying one, right? And you can sort of go kind of like that. Now, the biggest issue that I had with this when I was using the first edition one, which was laid out pretty much the exact same way, is that, again, as a lefty, like, you do see that I have to kind of put my arm across to make use of the note section. So for me, I, was constantly, right, because if I do this, then all of a sudden, like, I'm rubbing off parts of the names there, and if combat goes on for quite a while, it definitely becomes a bit of a problem. So I do think this is a really cool product. There's a lot of stuff that you can use this for. Like, it keeps track of a lot of great things. I genuinely have nothing but good things, positive things to say about it. But as a left-handed person, and as a left-handed person who typically rests their hand on whatever they're writing on, to make it more comfortable for me, because, again, for years I was cranking my hand all the way around and trying to write. So for me, these things start getting really worn down. And if you're switching initiatives and stuff like that, again, a lot of times you can start rubbing the names off. And it's, like I said, it's a really cool product, and I just wish, and when this was double-sided, for a brief second, my brain was hoping for something that wasn't there. And I was hoping that there might have been a left-handed version where the initiative could have been on this side and the notes and the durations could have been on that side, because then I'm only writing on this part, and or I'd only be writing on this part, right? And it would be easier for me to put my hand down and be comfortable and just write what I need to without being conscious, like constantly aware of what my hand is, what it's doing, and what it's resting on, and what it might be rubbing off of the grid. So if I had one complaint, is that, if you're going to make it double-sided, it would have been great if one side could have been flipped to make it more user-friendly for the lefties like myself. And I know not every left-handed person does set their hand down when they're writing. It's just something that I do. It's the only way that I can do it, like, really comfortably. Otherwise, my hand starts to cramp up pretty badly as I'm writing, because I don't do a lot of, like, normal manual writing anymore, so I'm definitely out of practice with it. But yeah, really cool product. It's great for keeping track of, again, your initiatives, how they change in combat, your dying values, your conditions, which you can put things on there as well. So that could be like, right, so Hitman number 2 might be dazed, and you go through that sort of like that. You can do your rounds. There could be an event like so when you get to round 6, maybe like a computer console might explode, right? So there's all kinds of different things that you can use this for, and it's really, really great, really, really cool. It's just not great for me personally, because I do find that as I'm going through, like I said, I'm constantly, like, if I'm writing notes up here, again, this is sort of how I hold my hand, and again, you can see how much of it's already kind of rubbing off there, and you're changing things all the time in combat. So really cool product. I do wish that the other side was for lefties, and if I could give any note to the folks at Paizo, if you do a second production run of these, you don't, like, you're putting them on both sides, right? Which is great, but why not make this side have notes here and initiative here? So that it's a bit more lefty friendly for people like myself. But other than that, a really cool product, and I do recommend it for pretty much everybody, because, again, not everybody has the issues that I do when it comes to the way that I orient my hand when I'm writing. So there you go. That is the Starfinder Combat Pad for Starfinder's second edition. Oh, I guess I should have mentioned. I think I did. The retail price is $24.99. And yeah, it can be really, really handy to keep track of here. Actually, they even have, like, number ranges they write in the margins there. So if it's, under 20, like between 20 and 15, they can put things there. I guess that does make sense, because you might have hazards that act on a certain initiative number or point in the round. But anyway, really cool stuff. I think this is a great product. It's just not quite there for me personally, but it is what it is. And if you guys are interested, check this out at your local game store, and let me know in the comments, Are you a lefty that also has to rest your hand on the side of whatever you're writing on so you're actually comfortable? Or were you fortunate enough to be in an age where you actually had people like help teach you how to write in a comfortable way when you're left-handed without having to like reach around and crane around to try to mimic the pencil movements of a right-handed person? So I guess let me know that. And if you picked up the combat pad, let me know that as well. Anyway, thank you all so very much for your time. I truly appreciate it. We will see you in the next one. Until then, take care.